Hey everyone! Have you read the news today? Apparently, the Roottree are dead. This is a detective game that just came out that I've heard a bit of chatter about. People have been comparing it to stuff like Obra Dinn, which I feel like is probably pretty high praise in the genre of detective stuff. We're gonna be focusing on a family called the Roottrees. What happened? The plane crashed last night near Pittsburgh. The only passengers were Carl Roottree and his 3 daughters, known as the Roottree sisters. Carl Roottree was the president of the Roottree Candy Company, and it's not clear who will succeed him. So far, local police are not sure what caused the crash, but we are told an investigation is underway. The head of the family, also the company's president, just died, and maybe we're trying to figure out who's gonna succeed him here. They're calling it one of the most deadly plane crashes in Pennsylvania's history. All passengers and crew perished. Pittsburgh is generally known for pleasant flying conditions, and the weather was not atypical for this time of year. We do not know much at this time, but our sources tell us that local authorities do not suspect terrorism. The crash did not cause any local property damage, and fortunately, nobody outside the plane was hurt. Funeral plans have not been announced, but you can be sure that the Butler County Times will cover it to the best of our abilities. Wait, so Carl Roottree and his 3 daughters all died on the plane crash? So there's other people in the Roottree family, maybe clamoring now for the inheritance. These are the 3 daughters? Well, they were rich enough to have their own plane, so this company probably got quite a bit of a fortune to be distributed here. Yes. Let's see what we can figure out. December 6, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottree sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers.
Oh, they're rich.
There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Rootrees are dead.
4 of them.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
Did he not have a will written out? Bit surprising for someone this rich.
I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Who are you? Are you the estate executor? Complete the family tree of the Roottree sisters. This is the tutorial. Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. To do, examine my evidence. Search the internet for clues. Fill in the names and their occupations and the photos. Well, the photos might be the easiest part because usually the oldest would have the most wrinkles. And we did see in the picture that some of them seemed like they were older than the other ones. Okay. Oh, the oldest sister is married. Alright, cool. So this is our board. We have a cork board. We can zoom in and out. Makes sense. We can click on stuff. Evidence tab. Everything, including the art so far, has a bit of like a old-timey point-and-click adventure game kind of feel. I like it. Got milk picture. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottree sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering their circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." The Carl Roottree, he ran the Roottree, what did they do again? Candy company? But then these people have fashion and modeling careers too, so they were totally like mega rich level. Because clearly they got a head start because of their dad, right? Not saying they're not talented, but clearly they got their head start there. I mean, preliminarily, I would say the one in the middle is the oldest. And then this is the second sister, this is the youngest sister. But, that's a lot of assumptions. So let's put that aside. PC. Okay, we have the internet and a welcome text. Let me just look around these tabs first. This is our home. We are a genealogical genie. Notes. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else you'd like to remember. Titles. Page titles can be renamed. Highlight any text in your web browser, and you can add it in your notes. The entire contents of your notepad are saved even if you quit the game. Don't forget to check them when you return. Family reminders. Siblings, often referred to as brothers or sisters. Oh, it's good for them to give you, just in case if your English is not your first language and you forget what cousins are. Sure. First cousins, people that share the same grandparents but not the same parents. Second cousins. Oh, I'm gonna have to say that I don't know anything about like this first cousin, second cousin, third cousin stuff. So second cousin is distant cousin. They share the same great-grandparents but not the same grandparents. Third cousins, they share the same great-great-grandparents. Oh, I'm already confused. American school terms. K to 12 stands for kindergarten to 12th grade. Ages 5 to 18. Oh, this is very considerate. Yes. Not everyone who plays is gonna be familiar with America. Don't know where to look next? If you're completely stuck, try talking it through with your rubber duck. The rubber duck programming approach. Sometimes, if we're stuck, if we tell someone the problem, like, hey little ducky, this is my problem, so you start explaining to them, and then for some reason, everything just clicks and you know how to do it. It's a documented phenomenon or something. Here's the music. Cool. Slow burn. Did she leave my house already? Who was she? Mystery comics. 15 cents. Tales of suspense. Oh yeah, I'm totally like family tree expert. The notorious Montjoys. Cool. Like medieval family trees. Riot Girl with no I. Alright, how do I get out of here? Wait, how do I get out of here? Oh, I guess I just click on any decorative things I can look at. There's a teddy bear here. Now we should probably start by looking at the computer. This is 1998. It's old. And it's like the exact day this happened, so that lady was just pretty fast. Welcome to the information superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new Cashew PC. It's equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high-resolution images. Oh my god. They're probably talking 360p. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer. Laser? Or burn a music CD to listen to later. Did we even have laser? It's like inkjet back then. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Navigator's new history feature. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Asterisk, Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. So for the Zoomers out there, there used to be a browser called Netscape Navigator, which is completely just not a thing anymore. Oh, now the phone line's gonna go off because we're using dial-up. Alright, we're in the mainframe. Spider search. Pro tip, you can create notes quickly by highlighting text. Not this text. They thought I would try doing that. Okay. Well, why don't we search? We can search anything. Well, Roottree sisters. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottree sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottree fan site seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. But Riley is a smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. create highlight. And then we can go back to this immediately, right? And be like, Reina, can I do it while having the notes open? That would be pretty helpful too. Because I don't know how to spell it. Reina. Oh. Wait, is it already here? Oh, because I guess these are like known factors. Oh my god! Everybody trying to pretend to be a freaking Roottree. Roottree Miracle, Roottree Miracle Jr., Roottree Miracle the Third, November. What the frick? Very distant relatives. Riley is a smart one. Rose is a middle child. So Riley, Rose is the middle child. What? Roottree. Rose might be a nickname then. It might be a nickname. Okay, that's weird. But I can say Riley. Riley with an H, which I've never seen before. And then apparently Reina is married to TMS. I mean, we can't find it like that. This list is just because these are the contentious people right now, I guess. We already have our first mystery. Why is Rose not in here? Now, I don't want to guess based on this list because it's unscientific and we don't really know much. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is the president of the candy company and their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. They do the modeling. Wait. Their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. That lady gave us the test for the three sisters, but I think we'll need to know about the other people in the future. They do the modeling for her brand Root. Oh, maybe I should take the whole thing. I eat Roottree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps. And try to dress in plaid Root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. The website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root dot fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. Okay. Why don't we go with Rose Roottree? Rose Roottree is not as popular as her older sister Reina, but is still very well known. Most of the time they're lumped together as the Roottree sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. This freestyle search reminds me a lot of her story as well. Like, there's no prompt. We just type in whatever we can think of. If someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize and search for them. Oh, okay. That's a helpful tip. Thank you. I'm just gonna go back and maybe Root clothes, Root fashion lines. What about TMS? Tommy Mark Sheridan. I don't think we need to know anything about him other than his name. So I can just put him... I can't quite see because this notebook is a bit big. I already forgot his name. Tommy Mark Sheridan. Sheridan Thomas. Probably. Their jobs, like fashion, that might be something we have to be a little bit more meticulous about. Can I just put model for everyone? I mean, I feel like that would be okay, but I don't know. I'll leave that for last then, maybe. Wow, they got married when she was 19, he was 23? Is he rich? He's an actor. But he, supposed drug use. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if we need to know more about Reina. Same one. Oh, maple crisps. We can just search for it directly by highlighting it too. Riley Roottree. No? Okay. Let's try maple crisps. They're Roottrees' most recent product, introduced in '92. They are a series of circular, crunchy wafers coated in nuts and chocolate maple flavoring. The website of a fan says they came to be during the tenure of Ernie Jr., a former president of the Roottree Candy Company. If it's a family business, this person probably is a Roottree as well. Am I just gonna put everything down on one page? For now. For now. You can reorder it and stuff. I'm good for now. Wait, I'll put another page that okay, hold on. Other relatives. And then can I do something like reorder notes and then put the Ernie one? Can I put the Ernie one in other relatives? Put the mom in other relatives? This page, we focus on the sisters. Something like that. Oh. You can do a third page called brands. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I mean, the first two are the same probably. Okay. Well, let's try Root Dot. The period as part of the name is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down because of increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them says, "You've spied the Roottree sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root Dot has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Raina appeared on almost all of them. There is only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the mother, and the head designer, okay, the head designer, this is important. It puts it into whatever page I have by default, I think. Appeared on one cover holding her daughter, Rose, in 1985. This site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Boom. Alright. Carly. Huh, Carl and Carly. Makes sense. Do we have pictures? Where do we find pictures? On the internet. Okay, we filled in the names. We need pictures and occupations. Occupations, I'm tempted to put fashion model for all 3 of them, really. What else do we have? Can we search for pictures specifically? Carly Roottree with 2 T's? Yes. You discover a trivia page that lists common trick questions. What are the first names of the famous Roottree girls? Raina, Carly, and Riley. The explanation below the answer says Rose was originally born Carly Rose Roottree. Apparently her parents had planned to name a son Carl Roottree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. But sometime in the early 90s, she's like, how come all my sisters have RH names and mine's Carly? So they went by her middle name Rose. Aww. Usually you would find kids being like, I don't want anything to do with my siblings, but she's like, no, I want to be part of the pack. Can I? What if I do something like Roottree's sisters pictures? Come on, man, there's gotta be some pictures on the internet. Photos. Roottree's photos. Where do we find photos around here? My god. Brenda Roottree. There was an auction for a black and blue dress. That's a Brenda White original. Brenda White. The auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree. Oh, that probably would be relevant for the future. Oh god. Hold on. Where am I? Brenda White? It might be taking too much of it, because then later we'll have to read a lot to try to figure stuff out. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. You said it was black and blue! Is it white or gold? We don't know. What if I search something really broad? No. Roottree's fashion. Where do I get pictures? Is that picture not good enough? Like the one picture that I got from... Oh, we just get... This is where we get the picture, that's it. But I do feel like it's a bit of a guess. It's a logical guess. I mean, it's a logical guess, but is it a... Is there more, bigger, better proof than this? And we'll just say... What, model? All three of them? Model... Figure out what's incorrect. So, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. I would... Well, the pictures... The names I'm pretty sure about. The jobs might be a little bit up for contention. Because maybe the youngest is still a student or something. I thought I had more notes on the sisters than this. We can start with searching. Maybe I wasn't reading carefully enough. Well, Rose Roottree. Root.close. Because they do modeling for sure, but their job is not necessarily modeling. Like Reina might be a full-time model. Who haven't we searched yet? Didn't we find someone else earlier? Or we can search for Brenda White. No. That was it. There's an Ernie, but that's getting further and further away from the family, so I'm gonna hold off on that kind of thing. Riley. Oh, Riley Roottree. If someone's prominent enough to be found online... Yeah, Roottree Sisters' modeling careers. Is it the picture that's wrong? Riley is smart. Rose is the middle child. I didn't get that wrong, right? Yeah, Rose is Carly. Roottree Riley. Huh. There's gotta be something I'm missing here. Oh! Do we want to use this as a chance to show off the hint system? The article about Roottree Sisters mentioned the key detail about how another sister dresses. Okay. How another sister dresses. Reina is the most famous because she's old and married. Riley is smart, Rose is middle child. Their mom is a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand. I eat Roottree. Oh, how they dress, the picture. It might be the picture. Oh, I eat Roottree candy all the time and try to dress in plain plaid root clothes like Riley does. Plain plaid root clothes. Okay, I can't see it very well here. Right. Oh, this is misleading because Riley is the youngest one and she's the tallest. She is the tallest. Hold on. Okay, we gotta read that again. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Hold the phone. Yes, this is Rose. So we were right about that, but the oldest sister is the shortest one. Okay, that was actually fantastic because they played on my assumptions of, hey, assuming that the oldest sister would be the older looking one, but not always the case. Couldn't even have scripted that out better myself. Now we know to be a little bit careful about assumptions and that, hey, if that ducky didn't give me that hint, that probably would have taken me an extremely long time to figure out naturally. You also locked the following optional entry. Yeah, Sheridan Thomas. Booyah, yeah. Ah, okay, so it's like Obra Dinn and that you're trying to figure... There's 50 blood relatives. Yeah, you're trying to figure out who is who here. And then also like her story with the searching.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Thank you.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
So TMS, Thomas Sheridan, wouldn't get anything.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Okay. Who are you? By the way, this phone is missing a 0, isn't it? What's wrong with this phone? Oh my god! Oh, what?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
She's a Roottree probably, right? Is she Brenda? That would make the most sense to me. It's very, very much like Obra Dinn in that they'll tell you if you get something right to give you a little bit of feedback, but they won't say what's wrong. So I thought the modeling was wrong, but actually it was the picture that was wrong. The Roottree Candy Company was founded in 1908 by Gwyneth and Elias. Oh, this is just... okay. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Okay. Let's look a little bit more. I don't think we'll get all 6 or even 3, but it would be nice if we can get another 3. But I feel like this is the kind of thing where somebody's watching to this video to this point and they're like, oh, no, I'm not gonna watch anymore because I want to play it for myself. But I'll show off a little bit more because that was just the tutorial case, and I'm kind of interested to see too. So very, very simply, we can start with, well, this is Carl Roottree. There's some really easy ones here. Brenda White. We're talking about their maiden names. Business owner, CEO. Is that an assumption? Is that an assumption? I'm a little bit careful about assumptions these days. Why don't we search Carl Roottree? Died in the recent plane crash, as in today, along with his wife Brenda. Oh no, the wife died too. It was the dad, the wife, and the 3 sisters. President of the Roottree Company, which he co-founded with his wife. It is with a heavy heart that we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, the Roottree sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. What other employees? The pilot? The entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. And then they list the accomplishments. One of them is relevant. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. We need to separate this out somehow, the notes, if we want to keep it. We can't just say other relatives. I don't know, Carl. Jeez, man. I'm gonna spend more time organizing these notes then. Because he's the president of the company. Was there president? Yeah, it might be better to make a new page for each person that we come across, but it might be harder. Okay, let's go back and see if we can do president. President and... What? Excuse me? Oh, do you mean because Roottree has been such a old company that we've had this many different presidents? Well, he's got to be the 5th one, right? Because No. There's no such thing as gotta be, okay? We gotta step away from assumptions. Well, there's a lot of different presidents for sure. Can we search president of the Roottree company? Roottree president. First few pages are news about the plane crash and then ads. Most articles mention Carl Roottree, who was a president. His daughters are also eulogized. Yes. What if I do like 5th president Roottree? They're not. Oh, very simply, Roottree Candy Company. Let's see. I'm trying to scan this as well. Their official website is unstable. There's a history section. Founded by Elias Roottree. So I'll add a page for Elias. But the annoying thing about big family companies, or big families, is that they'll go, oh, Elias Senior, Elias Junior, Elias the Fifth, or like whatever the crap. Oh, we should probably put this whole thing. Will I understand this later? Yeah. After he married his wife Gwyneth, whose family owned a small farm called the Anderson Maple Farm. I'll just take the whole thing, whatever. Lots of different things here. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, it has no CEO. Oh, see? CEO would have been a bad assumption. No CEOs, no stockholders. Instead, there is a president with input and votes from extended family. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl Roottree, who despite his death is listed as a current president. The product that put them on the map were 5 pieces. Maple candies with 5 different flavors that are dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Since then, they have branched out to countless other products, all of which incorporate maple in some way. Their sister company, simply titled Root Dot, or is it Root period, specializes in children's clothing. I wonder if there's stuff in this page that, What if I do like Roottree CEO? I mean, we know it doesn't exist. I feel like we can assume that the dad is the 5th president because it's talking about how many presidents. Like, at the very top here, we know it's Elias. Look at this crap! What the hell? Oh my god. Gwyn... I can't spell. Oh my... Anderson. It's Gwyneth Anderson because of the... Hey, what happened to the Anderson farm? Anderson Maple Farm. Anderson Maple Farm. And just to check this assumption, just to check this, Anderson Maple Farm. Elias and Gwyneth. That photo was added to your evidence. Oh, great. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottree was Gwyneth Anderson. Yes, no brothers, older sister. She inherited the Anderson Maple Farm, so as long as she married. What would you call someone who inherited a farm? Farm CEO. Oh, God. Oh, I put it... Wait, did I put it on the wrong page, or... Oh, put this in here. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a pain to organize. Gwyneth. Or maybe Elias and Gwyneth on the same page, something like that. Elias and Gwyn... I can't spell Gwyneth. Gwyneth. And put some like whatever. But we got pictures. Before Elias took over... Oh, okay, so they got married, but then Elias kinda took it over too. Well, that's what he made the candy from, probably, right? The farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate, but they combined maple with other flavors afterwards, which led to 5 pieces, which are still around today. This is now a tourist attraction, the farm. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1990s. Is housewife a valid thing to put down as a job? It is certainly a job, a homemaker. You said... I got a picture. Where's my picture? Where's my picture? Ooh, okay. The Roottree sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who said they would be the easiest family members to place. They said they would return in the time it took to fill out 6 more blood relatives. Yup, I didn't see this page. Here we go. Okay, this is an easier assumption to make. This is Elias, this is Gwyneth. Better not be the other way around. This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. In 1909, after they founded the Roottree Candy Company before it was a success. Very difficult to find any site about them that's not accompanied by this picture. They are on the notable Roottrees list, which means they have a star and they can be easily Googled. Is it Googled? What is it? Spider search. 5 pieces. An ad from the magazine Teen Blast. I need you to go on the right page though. Like, you need to go on the right page. I wish there was an easier way. I think this is, oh, you can highlight it and search it here. I want to be able to just drag it over. Oh, you still can. You just gotta press that first. The original creator had 5 children. Oh, okay. So we know Elias and Gwyneth. Elias had 5 children? We don't know, okay? Somebody could be cheating. That's what I'm worried about. If there's a cheater somewhere, then suddenly we're not so sure anymore. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Intuition. You've been in this line of work a long time. So long, in fact, you've developed a 6th sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. Wow! The higher the number, more to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells. A list of famous people that you can find via the search engine? Pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes, the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Oh, I'm sure. 11! 11! Roottree, 5 pieces. At the very minimum, we know he had 5 children. They had 5 children. Cool chocolate. Bad blue raspberry. Awesome apple. Power plum. It's, the 5 flavors changed. This seems like it should be relevant somehow. I just don't know how yet. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? Okay, good to know, thank you. Notable Roottrees. Roottree sisters, Carl, Elias and Gwyneth, Gwyn Roottree, Red Roottree, Jim Roottree, Lauren Roottree, Miracle Jr. That is not that many out of 50 people. 34! Oh my god, little ducky, we have our work cut out for us. Alright, okay, back to over here. Wait, we had the job. What was the job? Housewife. But we don't know which Elias though. And I do want to. It's not Junior. Probably. But I don't want to guess like that because it's not concrete enough. Elias? Gwyneth? Okay, I think we at least have 1. And then the optional entry, does it count? No, I don't think this counts as one thing. No. I want to put president first. Do you want to just try it for now? I think that makes sense though, and then Carl Roottree would be president 5th. But then again, I also thought the pictures made sense and look at where that got me. Not a bad idea to put a guess in though, because we can just confirm that it's right or wrong later on. What is this? What is this picture? Why is there a little picture here? Oh, she had a kid! Did she have a kid? I don't know. Huh. Okay. So I think I have one, and I can probably brute force this if I check which Elias. And then maybe we can get Carl Roottree's picture. Once you verify this relative, you'll be able to add bonus photos. Oh, okay, so it's like a different picture of her, maybe. What on earth were we doing here? Anderson Maple Farm. How about Elias C. Roottree? Do you want the dot? Elias M. Roottree. Elias Roottree. First president. Okay, good to get a confirmation on that. Let me delete this page. It's too long. These pages are too long. Elias Roottree was the founder, first president. There is a propaganda site about him created by the candy company. There's a picture. We already had the picture. He invented 5 pieces. He got the farm from marrying his wife. The candy became successful. He spent energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup." Okay, man. And that any child linked to me by blood shall be linked by blood to my legacy. The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. Okay. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottree Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. There's some accomplishments. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Yeah, that was a term we didn't search for it. New periodical. Oh, okay. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They've been around for 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. Yeah, Elias Roottree, Carl Roottree. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via a spider search, but you can periodical thingamabob search. Oh, we have a library here. When did we get that? Oh, because we have the book. Family Man, Rootree's Legacy. What on earth is this music? Elias Roottree. Oh, we have to match it with a period. Oh, okay. Okay. Save that, I guess. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence, so we have another picture. 6 clues here. A painting of him. 1908. There is a timeline here. This could be useful. 1909. Elias has a daughter, first of 5 children. So the oldest child is a daughter. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children. Okay, so what we can do is Elias kids. How about that? And then we can do something like this. And then each kid. And now we can go back to that one picture of the ad and figure out the initials of the kids. Pittsburgh, New England. The recipe is finalized. Wow. The candy company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. With the help of his son. Yeah. Elias Roottree Jr.'s architecture firm. So the son might be an architect. Now we've ruled out Elias as being Elias Jr. There's also a what's next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensure his company's legacy and that the company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clanced Trust. Is that a brand? I don't know. Okay. Alright. We also got a library thing here. I think we can say, let's say... Okay, let's put Elias for now. Because I didn't see it mentioned as any, like, C or an M. And it makes sense that the head of the family, like he's the original one, and then the C and the M are the ones that come after. Is you don't have to differentiate the first one. He was the first one that came. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Okay, calling it now. I am a Roottree. I'm a Roottree. I'm estranged from the family. I don't even know I'm a Roottree. Will it be that cliche? I don't know. Okay, let's assume I have 2. I have 2 now. And then the reason why this one's not done yet is because I don't have a picture for Carl yet. What I can do is maybe search Carl Roottree in the Business Watch. Heck yeah. We got the picture. Ooh, handsome guy. Grabs life by the roots. Oh my god. 3 clues. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987. Photo of him appears on the cover. Yeah, Brenda was a fashion consultant. They didn't ask me for Brenda's job. She was an optional because she's not blood related. We don't give a crap about her. But we want to put it down anyway. I don't know where I had her other. If I'm trying to look for it later and I forget about it, dude, at this rate, I'm highlighting everything. I'm not going to remember any of this. Brenda retired. Sewing. Fashion design. Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. A cousin is someone that you share... How do you explain it? A cousin is someone that you share... Like, your parents are siblings. So you share grandparents. You share grandparents, right? Am I crazy? Yes. No, I'm not crazy. I'm correct. So Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. We need some way to figure... Oh. Carl's cousins. Maybe we should do it by, like, degree of relative? Like, does that make sense? And if you look at family trees, what you can think about it as, like, is, the person in the center of the tree. Say Elias. They're the center, and then everyone who's his kid is 1 degree relative related to him, and then the next level is 2 degree relative. So we could do it like that. Anyway, what was the clue I got there? It was about the cousin. Jim, Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. Watch there be multiple Carls or whatever. Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. Oh, and they give you a link back to the note, which is very helpful. Oh, notable singer! Who had a young... Oh my god, wait, hold on. Oh, sweet, they even updated... This is pretty good. I like the system. But anyway, I'll finish reading this article. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr. Second cousin. So the grandparents are siblings. Who had just become president of Roottree at the time. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in the same thing for now. But like, see, I think this is why it might be helpful to spread it out by like degree of relative. Spearheaded Root. So we know Ernie Jr. is another president. Other blood relatives who have a say in the finances refuse to fund anything other than candy. So Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family came clamoring for money. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. But they can only sell female clothing then. You gotta have some boys here too. Okay, so he's reinventing some stuff too, not just sticking to candy. Sure, that's pretty admirable, I think. Oh, they have categories for what you want to look at. Right, so we know that now the first letter of each flavor is corresponding to the names of the Elias's children. Okay, the moment of truth. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, probably the 3 easiest entries. We also locked in Brenda White. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is addicting. This is addicting. But I think we got a pretty good first look here. You want to just briefly glance at how big this tree is? So Elias had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. And then the first daughter, we know it's a daughter, had 2 kids. One of the kids had 2 kids. One of the kid had 2 kids. Oh my god. Oh, the other kid had 2 kids. And then one of those kids have 3 kids. Oh. Ah, finally a divorce. And then there's a adoption of some kind, which kind of complicates it. Any other complicated stuff happening in this tree? Some divorces. This area is all circled off. Wonder why? We don't know until we figure it out. The split up caused some kind of maybe like family members from other ex-spouses and stuff like that. Yo, this seems really cool so far. I love it. It's her story plus Obra Dinn. The Roottrees are dead. Oh, this is fun, but I also feel like it's nice right now because it's easy. But I don't know if it'll get like mega hard later. Oh, what's this? Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Ooh, genealogy for dunces. Cool. Well, the Rootrees are dead. Out and available now. Let me know if you enjoyed this and would like to see more. With that said, this was Welonz with The Rootrees Are Dead. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed playing, and I will see you all in another place and another time. Bye!